Welcome back to our channel for more real talk on moving to Ghana, West Africa. And today we're going to be talking to a young man who visited Ghana and got the opportunity to volunteer at a local school. Before we do that, please remember to subscribe, like and share. Why? Because it's free, it's painless, and this young man would really like it if you did. So let's meet Calid and learn more about his journey to Ghana.
My name is Calid. I'm from the U.S., particularly D.C., born and raised, and I'm currently on my 6th month in Ghana. I came out here as part of a traveling journey. Ghana was supposed to be my first stop. I'm in my 6th month, so it looks like it's my only stop. So soon I'll be leaving, continuing my journey, visiting some other African countries mainly. And I'm currently volunteer teaching at the Spelmore Institute. Organisms and a food chain are usually in the same ecosystem. And I'm going to draw an example of one ecosystem, and we will be able to track that food chain.
So why was it important for you to come to Africa?
It was important for me to come to Africa so that I can connect with the land. I felt like one of my main challenges up to this point in my life is just trying to figure out where I want to go with my own life. Like, how has all of the experiences that I have had led up to who I am now, but more importantly, how does it guide me to what I can do with my life. So I came to Africa because I wanted to learn myself on a deeper level, connect with the land, deeper connect with myself, and just experience all the diverse cultures that, are right here in the homeland. So now that I've actually been here, you realize that all of the major thinking that you do, trying to mastermind a plan to say, oh, I'm gonna go to Africa, I'm gonna wait for the perfect moment, I'm gonna wait till I learn so much about whatever country I'm visiting so that it feels more like a rites of passage, like all of that. Do your research, have an idea of what you want to get out of your experience, but it's as simple as pressing one button to book a flight. So I think it was easy getting over. The hard part was getting through my own head. Right, I was supposed to be here a whole year earlier, but I let the thinking that I needed to mastermind a grand plan to slow me down. Now that I'm here, I realize that it was unnecessary. I've had people who are really deep into African history, really deep into their own, personal journeys, but they will wait so long until they know that it's the right moment, until they know that it's going to be that grand experience. But you really have no control for a lot that you will find yourself partaking in. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to just get over here, and you're going to find more than you even thought you could have masterminding back home.
So would you say there was no plan needed and people should just come? What would you say?
I say that there is no plan needed, just come, for sure. Right? If you know you only, depending on how much time you have, I think actually it will determine if you need a plan or not. If you can only come for 1 week, then you should probably spend some time making sure you can get the best out of that 1 week, right? But if you have 2, 3, I'll start over. What was the question you asked me? If you only have about 1 week, definitely take time to plan, try to maximize the time you do have. But if you have a little bit more room to spend out here, then the best advantage you have is to allow your interactions to guide how you spend your next days. You're gonna come in contact with so many people and come in contact with events that you won't know anything about back home. So allow your time to guide you. Allow the interaction to guide you when you come out here. No need for a grand plan, unless you only have a short period of time.
have this experience?
Really, the number one thing is just having that mentality to say, nah, I want to go travel, right? A lot of people think you need so much money, but I spend less money here than I spend back home. Of course, it's just having to get over those flight tickets. If you get over the flight ticket, then living for extended amount of time is going to make up for what you pay for in the flight. And I spend much less money. So it's not about my skills, my capability, my ability to do anything. It's just saying, nah, I actually want to have this experience and making it that simple, book a flight. But, I did think about this for a while, and I saved money while I was in university, mainly through internships, work study, and different small jobs I may have worked. So Ghana is my first stop along my traveling journey. I definitely wanted to visit Africa first and West Africa first. So that narrowed down my options a lot. In Ghana, they promote it as the what do you call it? The gateway to Ghana, to Africa, to the continent. I also knew a few people who had been over, heard positive things. You hear about the different political campaigns trying to attract the aspirants. So I wanted to come over and see how much of that really has an impact on, Ghana.
And what have you kind of been through since you've been here?
Yeah, so I'm now starting my 6th month, and I break down my experience into about 3 phases, right? My first phase was just simply the new arrival tourist experience, where I was trying to go to all the tourist spots, see as much as possible, right? Once some of that energy died down, then I was more grounded. I got a better idea for the place. I was able to support myself a little more. Initially, I needed help, like going to the market, learning how much these type of items cost, right? So that beginning phase was phase 1. And that's exciting, right? Phase 2 was...
And how long was phase 1?
Phase 1? I give phase 1 2.5 months.
Wow.
Because I did my first month in Pokwasi, Accra area.
Where did you stay?
I stayed at Legacy Gardens, which I highly recommend, genuinely, because I think it's a good middle point for someone like me coming from the U.S. wanting to visit Ghana, right? You got people who have been in Ghana, and I'm sure would identify as Ghanaian, maybe, for over 30 years, right? But they also coming from a new place, so they can have an understanding and know what type of information you might want to, be aware of. So that was good to help me navigate. And the different seeds that they planted in me on my first week carried over into phase 2, phase 3, once I was able to be more independent. So they helped me navigate. They helped me develop a mindset that will set me up for success. And they gave me a support system from the beginning, so that I could move with confidence. And I say 3 months. So the first month was in Accra, Legacy Gardens. Then I did 2 months in Kumasi, staying with a family. So new phase in Accra area, and then the new phase in Kumasi. Now, by the time my 2nd month came in Kumasi, right, 3rd month total in Ghana, that's when I really got to know the place. After being in Accra, well, me personally, I feel like I'm starting to know it. After being in Accra and then being in Kumasi, being able to contextualize the two, hearing more about the different histories and stories that will come up when you go to Kumasi, that gave me a lot of perspective. I started to interact with KUNST, Kwame Nkrumah Science and Technology University. So that put me around a different group of people, right? In Accra, it was city life, right? In Kumasi, it was family life, because I was staying with a family, but also interacting with university students.
You're definitely one of the best networkers I've ever met. Where did you learn that skill of just getting on with and being comfortable with anyone?
Yeah.
How'd you do it?
Definitely learned that growing up in DC. I think, one, I moved around a lot, so I was always the new kid, right? That provided more advantages than I think it did provide disadvantages. Just helping me get comfortable being myself, but also able to go seek help when you need it, right? I think it's that simple. If you can humble yourself enough to seek help when needed, and you're confident enough to be yourself, then the combination of that is only gonna manifest the ability to connect with people.
You're the master at that.
Now you can bring it here. To give a little bit of advice of how I think you should approach networking is one, have a direct ask, right? A lot of people, a direct ask. Yeah. 2 steps. Have a direct ask, but have a genuine interest and care in the person that you're talking to. Like, don't just go talk to people just because you think they might be able to benefit you, or you think they have some experience that will be enlightening. You should first have a genuine interest in what they're doing and who they are, right? Be curious about them first. And then from that curiosity, that can take you into eventually having a direct ask, right? You don't have to have that direct ask immediately, but be mindful and intentional about how that person may be able to provide you something, right? But it shouldn't be at the top of your mind. Once you do come up with your direct ask it directly, right? Most people who I've met, they want to help. Most people, they also like talking about themselves. So if you come respectful and you come with a genuine interest and care, people gonna recognize that, and that vibe comes first, and then they gonna be asking you how could they help if you don't get to the direct ask first.
That's brilliant. Wow, networking 101.
Yeah.
What I notice that's really different about you is that you're more deliberate about wanting to be immersed in being in Ghana, and a lot of visitors, they're not interested in that. You know, they just want the, as you said, the first couple of months experience, the tourist sites, bison cloth, bison artifacts, and then they're gone. So why are you different? Why do you want to really connect?
I think I really want to connect to give myself the best possible experience, right? A lot of people who you say they may come and want to have that initial do this XYZ 1, 2, 3 process. They had that 1, 2, 3 process because they think this is the most effective way to get benefit. But I've learned that the most effective way is to immerse yourself so that you can serve, and so that you give people the opportunity to serve you, right? But it's all genuine. I think once you connect with the people, it gives you a better position to take advantage of whatever the possibilities are. I like to immerse myself because it's going to increase the possibilities, right? I like living spontaneous. I know that the best way to do something crazy, right, that's potentially life-changing is by going after it. So that's why I like really trying to immerse myself. Best way to learn, best way to guarantee a good experience.
What would you say the best type of person would be to come out here and get the most out of the experience?
Yeah. 1, anyone who comes with an open heart. But 2, especially someone who I think has a humble background, because it'll help you really to connect with the Ghanaian culture more. And I think people who come from humble backgrounds tend to be more excited about, you know, these cool type of travel experiences. And
okay, yeah, that makes sense. Quick, phase 3 before our little visitors come down.
Phase 3 has been the volunteer teaching, right? So solidifying my place inside of a community. And
where are you teaching?
I'm teaching at the Spelmore Institute. It's an international branded vegetarian school that teaches young kids, babies, all the way up to about KG3, so 9, 10-year-olds. And I teach the older kids, so 9, 10-year-olds. That's my main age group.
How did you start teaching at the Spelmore Institute?
Yes, so my accommodation, the spot I was staying at, the owners of the school also own the housing, right? So I should say the owners of my Airbnb also own the school. I got to know them a little bit, previously staying with them, returned back to state, and they asked me if I would like to just help out for a couple of days. A couple of days turned into a couple of months. I think it was intentional, but I enjoyed my process.
Thank you for that great interview, Calid, and thank you also for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like and share, and stay with us. Keep watching this channel because there's more to come, especially from Calid. So we will see you in Ghana next time.